According to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, competent person is one who is capable of identifying existing and predictable hazards in the surrounding or working conditions that are unhygienic, hazardous, or dangerous to the employees. And a competent person has the authority to take prompt corrective measures to eliminate them. A competent individual has knowledge of the appropriate standards, can recognize workplace risks particular to the operation, and has the power to address them accordingly to training or experience. We have selected Mr. Muhammad Shafiq Raushan, a safety site supervisor in Kulim, Kedah, for this task. Currently, Mr. Shafiq is employed with ASIAMOST Sdn Bhd. The interview took place on 19 June 2023. For the position at hand, Mr. Shafiq meets the following requirement. First, he has bachelor degree in manufacturing engineering at University Malaysia Police, UNIMAP. He also has safety and health officer course full-time. He has scaffolder registration. He also has basic first aid and CPR, plant and machinery inspection. We also have certificate as crane inspector and lifting supervisor course. Now, let's see the company profile. ASIAMOST Sdn Bhd. ASIAMOST Sdn Bhd is a subsidiary of AMRI, Elite Consortium Berhad. It was started on December 2nd, 1994. ASIAMOST Sdn Bhd offers solutions for all types of mechanical and electrical work, including general contracting, design build, retrofit, and renovations. In accordance with the International Code of Practice, they are also experts in fire protection system. ASIAMOST is still on track to fulfill its ambition of becoming a one-stop provider of solutions and the leading expert in mechanical, electrical, and telecommunication engineering in the region. Let's see, what is Hirarc? Hirarc stands for Hazard Identification, Risk Assessment, and Risk Control. It is a systematic process used in occupational health and safety management to identify hazard, assess associated risks, and implement countermeasures to mitigate those risks. The Hirarc process is iterative, which means that if additional risks are discovered or adjustments are made in the workplace, it is regularly examined and updated. It is a crucial instrument for encouraging workplace safety, preventing mishaps and injuries, and assuring workers' welfare. We have known what is Hirarc. Now, let's see what is the purpose of Hirarc. The purpose of Hirarc is to systematically manage workplace hazards for occupational health and safety. Hirarc helps firms identify possible dangers and conduct risk analysis, which enables them to implement efficient control measures. By successfully decreasing hazard, the probability of accident and injuries can be lowered, promoting a safer work environment. Additionally, Hirarc makes sure that health risks to workers are assessed and controlled. Organizations can reduce exposure to dangerous substances, economic risks, and other impediments that might have an influence on employee health and well-being by putting control mechanisms in place. Regulation and standards specific to occupational health and safety prevail in many jurisdictions. By identifying and managing hazards in accordance with applicable rules, Hirarc ensures compliance with pertinent legislation, assisting organizations in meeting this legal requirement. The likelihood of interruption, accident, and injuries lowers when risks are identified and managed. As a result, employees may do their responsibilities without being too interrupted or concerned about their safety, which fosters a more productive and efficient work environment. Hirarc offers a structured method for evaluating risk and choosing effective preventive strategies. Based on the likelihood and potential impact of the risk, it assists organizations in setting priorities and allocating resources effectively to address the most important risks first. Implementing hierarchy indicate an organization dedication to guarantee the safety and welfare of its employees. As a result, safety becomes a shared responsibility across the entire organization and employees are encouraged to recognize and report the problem. Overall, the goals of HIRAC is to systematically identify, evaluate, and manage workplace risks in order to make the workplace a safer and healthier place for employees and to lower the chance of mishaps, disease, and injuries. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good day. So why the assessment is conducted and selected by a competent person? Okay, here, first of all, we have to identify that all the activities, engineering activities or construction activities is under the FMA, which is factory and machinery, under building operation and work of engineering construction. And we can call BOVEC, Regulation 1986. Okay, here we have three regulations. Regulation number 3 is application. This apply to building operation, and B, to work of engineering construction undertaken by the way of trade of business or the purpose of any industrial or commercial undertaking or by on behalf of any government or any statutory or public authority, and to make a line to make any line or siding which is used in connecting therewith and for purpose thereof and is not a part of a railway. Okay, we already know the regulation 3 application. Now we go to regulation 4, which is obligation. So it shall be the duty of every contractor and every employer who undertake of any operation or work to this regulation apply. A. To comply with such requirement of this regulation that affect him or any person employed by him. This meaning that the employer have to comply any requirement or regulation in the BOVEC regulation. B. To comply with such requirement of this regulation as relate of any work, act or operation performed about the or about to be performed by such contractor or employer. This is for if the task be sub or uh, be sub to another contractor or subcontractor. They also have to comply with the regulation. Okay, we have regulation 35, safety weather. This is specifically for competent person. The main contractor of work site shall appoint a part-time site safety supervisor who shall spend at least 15 hours per week exclusively on safety supervision and promoting the safe conduct of work generally within the site. The site safety supervisor shall be a person who is competent to be perform the duties specified in sub-regulation. Okay, uh, regulation 35, number 2, it said the site safety supervisor have be competent. That means the site safety supervisor have to go to training in a place or approved by the chief inspector or the uh, related government bodies.
Okay, now we go to the hazard element for each working situation in the ASIAMOST Standard Berhad. Okay, ASIAMOST Standard Berhad have implemented OSH practice including adopting Hirarc, which is the concept of hazard identification, risk assessment and risk control as a requirement to identify hazard and risk and find ways to avoid them. This company is running several activities or tasks during the installation. One of these risk activities is manpower mobilization to site. The potential hazard is more focusing to the new worker, especially the causes of accident in this risk activity include unsafe work due to inexperienced workers and not familiar with site job activities. Second, ASIAMOST also does site inspections such as checking safety condition for the whole work area. One of the potential impact of the risk activity is slippery surface or slippery ground when there is no repeated practicing on that inspection. As a result, the worker will get body injuries due to slip, trip and falls. Third, according to the Mr. Shafiq Raushan, site inspection such as checking safety condition for the work area also have another potential hazard like poor housekeeping at work area. This kind of hazard will potentially trip hazard and body injury. Fourth, as a more standard have other risk activity like mobilizing machinery and transporter to work location. Ergonomic is one of the potential hazard that needs to be considered with seriousness. The ergonomic hazards such as manual handling and repetitive work will potentially get the muscular strain from the work position and manual lifting of the material. Next risk activity is unloading and lifting materials to storage or lay down the area by using a crane and forklift. So there are several potential hazards that can be noticed, and what precautions should our workers take when unloading or lifting those material. One of them is material falling from the high place. This kind of risk also notice that the impact of the hazard is fatal, body injury, property or material damage. As for reference, ASIAMOST we refer Exit Safety Manual, OSHA 1994, FMA 1967 and BOWEC 1986 to ensure all the existing control measures are followed.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad MOHD. Today I will present about topic method of risk assessment. Firstly is what is risk assessment, and next is process of analyzing and estimating the risk. So the first one is the definition of risk assessment. Risk assessment means the process of evaluating the risk to safety and health from hazard at work. The second one is Hirarc. Hirarc is the compound that made of three independent actions that will be occur one after another. So the process of identifying things that could be injured or damage a person, known as a hazard identification. Next is process of analyzing and estimating the risk. They are the steps to assessing the risk and to identify the Hirarc form, which are first is likelihood of an occurrence that have 5 categories, as you can see on the tables. And the next is severity of hazard. Same goes with the likelihood. It has 5 categories. Moreover, there is calculation. This is the equation that are phrased to get the risk severity times with the likelihood. The next one is risk assessment matrix. And lastly, risk assessment as part of risk assessment activity must be taken in evidence with 3 colors, which is red, green, yellow, that represent the various risk categories, which are high, medium, and low.
What is a risk control? Risk control is the process of finding, evaluating, and putting in the place step to reduce possible risk. In other words, risk control is how company reduce or minimize the risk in the company using a prevention method. we take a 5 risks in this company. The first risk is slippery surface or slippery ground. The second risk is poor housekeeping at work area. He minimize risk with keep the workplace is dry and clean. Identify proper inspection area. If any liquid spillage, he will clean immediately to ensure the workplace is dry and clean. They also organize the workstation before and after use. They also remove unwanted material that not be used or expired in the sites. They will ensure all loose or tripping hazard is immediately removed or rectified after after work is done. For the third hazard is manpower mobilization to site for the new worker. They will checking documentation such as permit, passport, CIDB card before entering any site to avoid miscommunication while handling the equipment. They will ensure all the staff are wearing PPE such as glasses, safety shoes to avoid accident happen in the sites. They will ensure that all the workers or contractor have a safety briefing before entering the sites. Okay, let's move to the fourth hazard. Is mobilization machinery and transporter to work location, which is ergonomic, manual handling and repetitive work. In this case, they will ensure the workers all practice body movement posture, how to handle the equipment, how to practice using manual handling procedure. In this company, they practice work with assistant. For example, if the load or pipe is more than 25 kg, he will ask assistant to complete the task. Requirement by this company, work must be on body when a load is more than 25 kg. Then using machinery while having a heavy machine or material, using trolley to carry out the load. For the last risk is unloading and lifting material to storage or lay down area by using crane or forklift. Material falling from a high place. All activity led by lifting supervisor. Only authorized or competent person are allowed to be at a loading and unloading area while the work is during a work. And they will be wearing a safety harness. For example, in OSHA, they will require a trim. If the height is 3 meter, they will require the worker wearing the safety harness. But in this company, if the height more than 1.8 meter, they will use safety harness to reduce the risk from in case a material is falling down from the height.
Okay, we are already in the end of our presentation. So, in conclusion, Hirarc play a vital role in ensuring safety and health in the workplace by following a systematic approach to identify hazard, assess risk, and implement control measures. So, organization can effectively prevent accident, injuries, and illness. So what we are trying to say is Hirarc in Malaysia, we follow the same form, the same method. So uh, from this, regarding to safety and health in the workplace, we have the same guideline and same method of assessment. Okay. Although the hierarchy assessment is conducted by a competent person, all relevant parties or leaders from all management level need to acknowledge and join the cause, since the corrective or preventive action can be executed smoothly. So, if you can see in this picture, we have 4 person, and picture number 2 we have 3 person. This show when we doing assessment, we have to gather all parties or relevant parties, whether you are technician, engineer, even managers. We have to do inspection or assessment and trying to get the best solution to lower or prevent the risk that uh, that could happen in the workplace. So that's it. So I think we have together we can prevent and lower the risk in the workplace. Thank you.